Hey folks, this is Danny, I guess the host of the last Respawn show on Twitch. Here, my good buddy, aka, I just started off with aka, John, aka Big. Yeah, there. How you?
aka Big Guy, aka Tom Cruise's fat ass, whatever you want to call me. That'll all be figured out eventually.
Yeah, you like
Hello.
the, yeah, like the names of this show because right now we don't really have a name for this podcast. So if you are tuning
True.
in live and listening to us, um, hit up out the chat if you have any questions or have name suggestions, because the best I've come up with is two guys in one podcast.
There's a lot to be figured out.
Yeah, yeah,
A lot to be figured out. Uh, it's really just us two guys, two dudes winging it,
yeah,
talking about whatever we want to talk about. Uh, yeah, I guess in terms of gaming, movies, TVs, whatever.
yeah,
So trust me, things will tidy up and be a lot more different, in the future episodes compared to now.
yeah. This might be a train wreck, but hopefully it's entertaining train wreck.
Hey, train wrecks are usually entertaining.
Yeah, it's true. The reason we wanted to start this podcast is I feel like me and you we get into such deep discussions when we're gaming, and I was like, man, we really
Right.
need to just record that because we just come up with like such interesting ideas, insights. I don't know.
I mean, it's really just, it's us two idiots. I'll call myself an idiot.
I'm an idiot.
Just two dudes, two idiots having fun, uh not taking anything serious, just discussing, whatever we want to discuss, having fun with it, and just wanting to put that out there pretty much is what it comes down to.
Yeah, and maybe some people will love it. Maybe some people will hate it. But the way I look at things,
Exactly.
if someone hates something, they care about it. So,
Hey, that's what it's all. It's just putting our, I guess, opinions or thoughts, just putting it out there,
yeah,
and take it or leave it. It's really just about having fun.
yeah. There you go. I'm fun. So, have you done anything fun lately? What you been playing? What you been watching?
Um, in terms of playing, I've been playing Ghost of Tsushima,
Uh,
um, Fall Guys, of course, that piece of
mm-hmm.
fucking shit.
See, I'm glad I'm not the only one that kind of gets agitated with that game because you go into it, it's all colorful, it's all like almost like a Nintendo game, and then bullshit happens, and you're just like, what were you calling it? You get cucked.
Oh yeah, I mean, that's exactly right. I mean, you go in looking at it and you're like, wow, this is a pretty cute game. Look at it, some fun little Mario Party type games maybe. And then
Hmm.
all of a sudden, you're cursing out your entire family within 10 minutes,
Hmm.
I hate it, but God, I fucking love it. And I kind of think that's what the opinion is of a lot of people, actually,
Oh yeah,
from what I've seen.
it's blowing up. Like this is the next Fortnite, I guess you could compare it to. It's already gonna have a season 2 announcement this Thursday at the Gamescom, which we'll get into later.
Yeah, I saw that. Right.
So I love this
Yeah.
whole service based games when it's done right and it's done fast and it's done. Hitman was my first experience with a service based game, and I was like, they're gonna release a new level every month or 2 months. I was like, wow,
Right. Right.
what? But the amount of stuff they added to one level to keep it fresh was like so. I don't know. They did a good job. Uh, I'd love to see
Yeah.
more.
Yeah. And I'll say about Fall Guys is what I like about Fall Guys is, listen, we all hate it because of the frustration of losing, and it's competition, um and that's kind of what I like about it the most, is that you're getting those reactions, that raw emotion out of you
Right.
when you lose, and it's because you're competing. I mean, I've found myself like really just hating a certain dude in the game, whether it's like grabbing the tail at the last second, or missing the cut of qualifying by like
Hmm.
by one. And really, what it is, it's just the nature of competition and wanting to win, wanting to qualify, wanting to move on. And I think that they were able to capture you know what they have here, in terms of like competition and fun. But yet it's so simple. I mean, really, it's three buttons. It's three buttons. It's jump, dive, and grab, and that's it. And you're in and out of games. Here, you can easily play. I mean, what, over 10 games within an hour. Depending on if, how far you make it. Um, and then the other aspect of it is that you get to play with friends. It's only four, but that's fine. I think that's a good. I think that's a good number. With you and three other friends, and then you're all you're all trying to win, or you're all trying to win together if it's a team game, or you're trying to cuck each other when it's every man for themselves. And I think that the ability to get a game that's so competitive and yet be so simple. I think that's kind of the beauty of it.
No, you absolutely nailed it. It is just a fun party game. It is probably the nicest, somewhat nicest battle royale that you can play.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, man, and like you pointed out, it's doing major business. I mean,
Oh yeah.
I don't know the exact numbers, but it's sold a ton, and it's doing incredibly on Twitch. All the top streamers. Tim the Tatman, Doctor Disrespect, Lyric, all of them. Summit. They're all playing the game. They're all having fun with it. Just about everybody on Twitch is playing it. Um, and I think that like I pointed out, that it's such a easy, quick game to play, that I think it gives people the ability that in between games they can just be like, what, let's throw on some Fall Guys, you know. And I think that's why streamers like it so much too, is that their viewers like to watch people rage.
Oh
They
yeah.
like to watch people flip their shit,
Oh,
and they
I know.
get that from the streamer. Yeah, yeah. So they get that from their streamer, and then they can crack out that content for like an hour or two, and then head to another game. And it's pretty simple. I really like I said before, I hate it, but I love it, and I'm really interested to see what they do with season two.
Well, we won't have to wait long because it's gonna be shown off at the Gamescom. But again, I'm
Yep.
excited to talk about that. But we have so much to talk about. Uh, I took a break from Ghost of Tsushima. I was getting a little frustrated with it. I've been playing Fall Guys. Started playing Batman Arkham Asylum. It seems like a lot of people are. I've been seeing a lot of funny memes about
Yes.
that.
Me too.
Yeah, Arkham Asylum still holds up amazingly. I keep saying that's gonna bug the shit out of me when I listen to this later. um, God damn it! All right, one thing I wanted to talk about was that about not this weekend, last weekend I binge watched the final season of Mr. Robot.
Okay.
I don't know if you ever watched that show.
I've heard about it. I've never watched it.
It's I would compare it to the uh, think of it as a new age Dexter. I would say like a current Dexter, instead of the character being a vigilante killer, he's a vigilante hacker. But it's
That sounds interesting, actually.
yeah, it's a complete mind fuck of a show, but it has like amazing in depth characters like Breaking Bad. It's a really detailed show. It's very rare when I'm pleased when a show ends, and I don't know if the show got cut short, but if it did, I didn't notice it. Like season four just felt like everything came to like a perfect conclusion. Like the creator had a plan.
That's
Eh,
where Rami Malek came from, right?
Yeah, I think that I mean he was been in a lot of stuff, but
Well,
I
that's what
think
kind of blew him up or whatever.
yeah, like he is that show. Like he is like just it's just freaking just watch it, folks. It just ended. Just I especially in this day and age with technology and what's going on politically, it is like the most perfect show to watch. Um,
I do want to see it.
yeah, I two thumbs high up, watch it, and I started playing Watch Dogs 2, which I couldn't help but notice that it definitely got inspired by Mr. Robot because they do similar things. So might
Oh,
be playing that a little more. Might be playing that a little more.
that's that's something I also never I never played any of the Watchdog games.
Well, the first one was a complete disappointment. Like I think it's a solid thing to say that that game was a disappointment based off how it was shown and just the end result was just lackluster.
I know I had a lot of hype around the first one when before it came out,
Mhm.
and then I didn't hear too much about it afterwards. So yeah, I didn't really know too much about them.
Well, yeah, I gave it a shot when it came out, and it was just it was one of those things where what they showed they didn't deliver, and it feels like Watch Dogs 2 they definitely put more thought and character into it. So I'll give it more time. I got a little bored with the main missions, but you know it's the beginning of the game, so um,
Yeah, yeah, that's kind of the way I got a little bit with. I mean, I kind of feel you a little bit on Ghost of Tsushima. Like I've found myself wanting to take a little bit of a break from it because um
it
it's a lot of
it gets predictable.
yeah, it's yeah, very predictable, and I've kind of found myself from mission to mission is go to point A, kill some guys,
Hmm.
here's here a tale, or dialogue. All right, from there go sword fight some more guys. I really just I'm kind of in a point right now where I'm just traveling around, not much happening while I'm traveling around. I'm just getting to point A to B to C, and just sword fighting a bunch of guys. And like, don't get me wrong, I think the fighting is fun.
Oh yeah, it's great.
Change, yeah, changing your styles and or using a bow or or the throwing daggers. I forgot the name of them, kunai or some shit like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah. Choosing whether you want to go, stealth or just full on, aggro. So it don't get me the game is very good. It's just that I have a little bit of a trouble like wanting to like fully stay playing this game until I beat it. I've kind of found myself wanting to wander off to go play start uh Mafia 2 Definitive Edition or Xenoblades on the Switch.
Well, I
I
feel
haven't
like
done it yet, but I've been thinking about it.
yeah, and I feel like the open world in Tsushima kind of like works against itself because like even it just feels like everything's fixated in a similar path. Like you know when you're by a shrine, you kind of know where you're by a haiku, and then the people you run into you either kill or talk to. And what's even more frustrating is that you'll talk to NPC and they'll be like, "I heard they were taking boats out or something," and she won't even give you the mission. She's telling you where the mission is, and everything feels like it's forcing you to look at your map, which I find really frustrating in an open world game because I don't think ever in my life have I ever opened a map in an open world game as much as I do in Ghost of Tsushima.
I would agree with that. I would agree. I've the whole map, I guess system is kind of has it wasn't implemented too well in the game. I really do agree with you. I really have found myself way too often having to go to my map.
Yeah, especially when you talk, they're like, "Oh, I heard this," and you're like, "Oh." So I guess like I told you, I had that random occurrence where I ran into two ladies, and the lady told me to like look over a cliff, and then she murdered the other lady, and then I had to fight her, and that was it. And that has never ever happened to me ever in the game in the world.
Hasn't happened to me yet either.
So I don't know what that was about. If that was like a side mission that I just stumbled like I really because at one point one in my stream, I was like, listen, I'm not gonna look at the map. I'm just gonna wander around, and I just got frustrated with the game.
Yeah, I've been there, and sometimes I gotta check myself to remember, like, all right, not everybody is gonna be able to do an open world game like Witcher or Red Dead. Um, I'll tell you right now, with Red Dead Redemption 2, within an hour of playing the game after you've gotten to the camp, I
Mm.
mean, I had already seen like three or four random like stuff happen as I was just traveling around.
Yeah, and the environment
um,
is like the thing with Rockstar games is like it pays to explore. It's so well designed. There's so much detail. It's
yes, yes,
like, and not shitting on how Ghost of Tsushima looks. It's a beautiful game, but it just feels so just I don't know, just so static. Like it's what Kubrick said about filmmaking is like you don't want to just take a picture of the environment. You want to take a picture of the picture. And
right,
even I still don't get what that means, but I'm just like when you think about it, it's fucking deep. It's like yo, not only are you taking a picture of the environment, but you're trying to imitate it. You're trying to I
right.
don't I can't it's Kubrick. He's out there.
Stanley Kubrick, he's so deep, that man.
Yeah, the only man that pissed off who royally pissed off Stephen King.
you know, I would say that I do agree that in Ghost of Tsushima, um, really like traveling around, um, like when you find like a like I agree. There's no like random like house that you can come by, and then there's like walk into it, and then there's like some weird shit going on. Like I remember playing Red Dead 2. There's so many, like, I wanted to go into every house
Yeah,
that I could possibly go into,
yeah,
because you don't know if there's a story in there. You know what I mean? And
and
because
you always find
it's
something.
yeah, exactly. There's always possible that there's some kind of story going on. I remember playing Red Dead 2 and walking into this house with this old lady, and all of a sudden she's like a blind old lady, and some bandits that were kind of using her to, like, lay low there. And
Hmm.
I just stumbled upon that shit. I wind up having to shoot the old lady with a shotgun, and she went flying 10 yards into her freaking uh her what do you call it, fireplace. And I was
Yeah, I think
screaming
I
as
remember that.
as
Yeah.
it was happening. But yeah, there's so many things, or even things that don't have a story, but like there's like a thing of like gold in there, and then also a thing that has a map in there, and that leads you to somewhere else. Like, you know, there are some stuff like that aren't in Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah, it feels like the game definitely needed more time for its open world because Sucker Punch they've done open world games. They did the Infamous games. So
Right, right.
I don't know. Anyway, I don't make this a Ghost of Tsushima podcast.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's just dive into DC fandom. So if anybody
Let's do
was
it.
was
Big
think,
weekend.
oh yeah, big week. I gotta give a shout out to everybody involved with DC fandom. That was the best damn live stream I've seen during these pandemic times. Like it definitely was.
Phenomenal.
It beats that whole let me just do a Zoom call thing, which I'm personally frustrated because I'm glad they sent these people green screens to their homes to do this because to do that whole little DC fandom virtual thing, even though
Right.
even though you could obviously tell that these two people are not in the same room because of the way
Right.
they'll be looking at each other.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's silly, but it worked, and it made me feel like things are back to normal, even though they're not.
It really did feel like like I totally agree. I got to give them credit for it, because it felt like a presentation that was happening, but it didn't feel like it was happening because of COVID-19. It just felt like they were just doing this, this
Yeah,
whole event, in this way they wanted to do it. I thought the pacing was very good. Um, I thought they kept things brisk.
Mm-hmm.
I got to give them credit, complete credit for it.
I was
Very
a
good.
little,
It was very well done.
I was a little confused with the whole scheduling issue because they had all these different schedulings for things, but it seemed like there was only one main schedule they're going off of. So that was my only confusion because
Yeah,
there was supposed to be like a Harley Quinn Q&A because I love the cartoon show. So I was like, oh, what the hell is this about? But I don't think it ever came up. I don't know. I mean, I tuned in and out because I was just going by what I wanted to see.
yeah. Whatever schedule I found, it was pretty much to the T. The one I found had everything like bam, 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 bam. I like some of the timing were a little off because I think that
Some things went
some of
long.
them either went yeah, it's either a little longer or a little shorter compared to which one it was.
Right.
But for the most part, all I had to do was just look at what they were doing and then look at the schedule and be like, all right, they're here, so the next is this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So speaking of schedules, good segue. We're just gonna go down the line of things that were revealed in order because if we didn't, we would just start off by talking about the Batman. But we're gonna sorry folks, we're gonna tease it to the end. We're gonna save it to the end because we'll probably spend
Yes.
a majority of time talking about that. But we'll start off with one of
Yes.
the other iconic trio. The new Wonder Woman 1984 trailer was shown, and me personally, I kind of dug the first Wonder Woman movie. It was probably the first of the DC superhero movies that wasn't complete crap, in my opinion. Um, Even though it felt like a rehashing of the first Captain America movie, it still found this identity. But I don't want to dive too much into the first movie. But the second one definitely looks a lot more promising from what they showed off in the teaser. You know, we got God, what's his name? He plays the Mandalorian. Pablo, is it Pablo? No, I don't remember. He's
I
playing
think it's
Max Lord. Pascal,
Pascal.
yeah, Pascal. There you go. He's playing Max Lord, and then we have Christina Wig playing Cheetah. So we finally got to see Cheetah in the trailer, which she looked all right. You know, I was curious
Yeah.
how they were gonna make that work. So it looks all right. 100% psyched for it. Like I'll definitely like I won't go to movies for it. Like I'll watch it on demand kind of thing. But
Same thing.
it looked good. I think that's my final
Uh,
consensus.
yeah, I would agree. I'm not a huge fan of the DC EU movies. I
Same
like
same yeah,
some
same
of the
here.
stuff that they've done. Yeah, I like some things that they did, but overall, I was underwhelmed by the movies. I would agree with you that I think that Wonder Woman was the first one that was like actually you watched it and you were more pleased um, than anything. Um,
Yeah,
I
like
think ever since Wonder Woman
like you
actually,
actually had a good time watching a DC
right,
because they
yeah,
like
you didn't,
Man of Steel was alright and it had moments, but it was a very kind of
yes,
dreadful film.
and it hurt me because I love Superman. I've loved Superman since I was a kid, and I thought that it was just there for the taking, to make a Man of Steel movie, and then of course they went the route that Zack Snyder went the route he wanted to go.
Yo, we'll get into Zack
Um,
Snyder in a bit.
yeah. So I mean, yeah. So back to Wonder Woman. I think that the was it 1984, I believe.
Yeah,
Um,
I like the time period stuff to do in Wonder Woman. I think that
Me
helps it.
too. I'm almost a fan of anything that takes place in the 80s.
Yeah, same,
Um,
same.
so yeah, so I like the whole feel of it or whatever. So I'm on board. They seem like they've done some good work in a row. I enjoyed Shazam. I enjoyed Aquaman. Again, I don't think that either movie was phenomenal, but I thought they were good movies. I thought they were fun times. So I'm interested to see if they can continue it with Wonder Woman 1984.
I have not watched Shazam or Aquaman, but I heard they're both good. I don't care for Aquaman. I might check out Shazam because somebody compared it to the first Spider-Man movie, where I think that the person who directed Shazam was a horror movie director. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong there. I feel like someone told me that.
Uh, who directed? I know James Wan directed Aquaman.
Yeah,
He's the one that did The Conjuring.
yeah, he's a horror movie. Yeah, but
Yeah,
I mean,
Shazam. I don't know. I don't remember.
Shazam's another character I don't care for too. So it's like hard for me to like go watch a whole movie about it. But
You know what it is though about Shazam? I think what they did though is they gave that movie. It has heart.
yeah,
It has heart. It's funny. It's funny. It's fun, and it has a lot of heart. And I think that I think it was definitely a fun movie.
yeah, I like the comparison that it's just the Tom Hanks movie Big, but with a superhero.
And you know what? That's exactly what it is. To be honest with you.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? I feel like these DC movies kind of kind of are better when they're away from the DCEU.
Yeah, well, it definitely seems that way because which I guess I guess that's well, I'll wait until we get to the subject
Oh, we're not
of
far.
the Zack Snyder cut
Yeah,
of
we're not
Justice
far.
League. Yeah.
Speaking of that's a good segue. So we'll segue into Gotham Knights game reveal by Warner Bros. Montreal. This is the same team that made Batman Arkham Knights, right? Is it Batman Arkham Knight? I thought it was Arkham Knight. Arkham Origins. Sorry,
Was it no Arkham Origin? Yeah, yeah.
Arkham Origins, which was the prequel Batman game in the Arkham Asylum verse, whatever the fuck. What are they calling it now? Anyway,
I guess the Arkham series.
yeah, the Arkham
Since
verse.
they're all Arkham.
So ironically, Gotham Knights is not set in the Arkhamverse according to the team.
It's not.
No, because
Oh no. Okay, you're right. I think
the Suicide Squad
it's
game.
Suicide Squad.
Yeah,
There you go. Gotcha.
that one's
Yeah.
that one because this one is set off that Batman has died. It's not
Right.
which for a moment there I thought it was based off the events of Arkham Knight, but he didn't die. That he pretended to die. Anyway, we see that the Bat family, Robin, Batgirl, Nightwing, and Red Hood will be playable characters, either single player or two player co op. I think it's coming out next year. Uh, I mean, oh, and the Court of Owls. Court of Owls were shown off, which was awesome. I don't know if you ever read that
Yep.
storyline.
Very, very cool.
Yeah, I had someone on Twitter asking me about it, and I was just like, listen, go buy volume one of the New 52 Batman, and if you like that, just keep on reading because it just gets better and better with Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo. Their run with Batman was probably one of the best runs I've ever read in a comic book series. Just the art style and the storylines they came up with were like amazing.
I'm gonna have to check that out. I mean, I know about the Court of Owls storyline, but um I never read the comics for it.
Oh, I would go pick up volume one, bro. Just trust me. That it's
I
so
think I'm gonna.
so well done. What did you think of the game? I liked what I saw. I'm excited for it.
I really liked what I saw. I think that um they came with gameplay, which was awesome.
Always awesome.
Um, they highlighted. I think they did a pretty good job of highlighting that each character that you're going to be able to play as, um, and shows you a little bit of what they're about and a little bit of their play styles. I think that I'm extremely excited for this game.
I think it's funny
I think,
that people think Batman's really dead.
yeah, I mean, come on,
Yeah, like
come
'cause
on.
I don't know if you
The,
saw, but the YouTube video of the trailer got the most dislikes, and a lot of
no, I didn't see that. Oh boy.
yeah, a lot of the comments were talking about they didn't like that that it had co-op, that it looked like a loop-based game, that you had the damage button, the damage popping up like all the loop-based, and people act like you can't turn that shit off. Like
I mean, but Borderlands has that shit, and everybody loves Borderlands. So it's like,
I guess they
I
didn't want
mean, I
they they,
understand
they,
like,
they didn't want it in their Batman game.
yeah, but you know what? Like, see, this is the this is the thing, is that we can have, if you want things like that, there are games that have what you're looking for.
Yeah.
You shouldn't stop other games being made different ways that have different things in it.
Yeah, and I
Not everything has to be the same.
how do you look at that and be angry that you could play a two-player co-op in a I'm gonna still call it is a Batman game. It's set in the Batman
Yeah,
universe. Batman's not dead.
of
If you
course.
if you if you freaking read comics or even watch the comic book movies, how many times have
Yeah,
characters died?
exactly.
I mean, Nick Fury died 3 times in one movie and came back.
Exactly. That's exactly what that was in my thought process watching it. I said, yeah, he's not dead. Come on.
Yeah, he's
That's not dead.
he's either gonna be unlockable or they're gonna add him as DLC. And the reason he's not playable is because of the how many people would fight over wanting to be Batman,
Oh
and
my
they're
God, what?
and
Everybody wants to be Batman.
yeah. But that's why you have the Bat family, and like, dude, I don't know. From what I saw, and I kind of hate loot based games. I didn't. I was just like, oh, this looks great. This looks fun. Like, I don't know, man. People tell
It
to
looked like a fun time. Yeah, exactly. It's, there's gonna be there's nothing, there's almost nothing that can come out where everyone's just gonna be like, or where the majority of people, well, maybe not majority, but there's never gonna be something that comes out where they won't have a group of people wanting to shit on it for whatever reason, and they'll shift their reasons just to shit on it. It's just,
yeah, yeah.
it's the internet. There's always
Shame,
going to be people, be
shame on you
people
for
that want to do that.
disliking a trailer. That like, come on. I hate
And for
that.
something that, like, that, something that, a trailer that, I mean, what if they really do to piss you off? You know what I mean? Like,
Well,
wasn't like it was like a corny movie trailer or some shit like that.
we just live in a time where if people make enough angry YouTube videos, angry rants, or putting up dislikes on something,
Oh
it,
yeah.
it will change. And sometimes it does change for the better. With the EA controversy with Star Wars Battlefront 2, people bitched so hard at EA that they cut out loot boxes right when the game launched, freaking breaking the game because I was there since day one, and it took forever for that game to be a game. And
Absolutely right. There
not
are people
yeah, go ahead.
that speak up and make a fuss for the right things.
Mhm.
I've seen that done with NBA 2K. I've seen that with Madden, where people have made, hashtags and got it to trend like in the top 5, and it's actually for good reasons. It's for things that, like, people have been said, what, this game, like Madden, for example. You've expected us to pay $60 a year, every year for a game that is giving us the same recycled franchise mode year after year, not changing it,
Yeah,
not making it any better.
yeah.
And so people got pissed off, and they spoke up about it. But like you're alluding to, there are people out there that see that and say, well, you know what, we can do it, and we'll just do it about anything that
And,
that may piss us off a little bit.
and the majority of them, we're gonna have to segue into it because this is just too much of a perfect segue. So, and a majority of them get what they want, even though when they don't deserve it, or even when it doesn't need to be a thing, and that is what the freaking Snyder cut. Like they won for years. They've been crying about this cut of a movie from a director who didn't even finish the movie. There was no final cut to that movie. You know?
The Zack Snyder cut. I
Yeah,
mean,
let's just get into it. They obviously they show up the trailer in a weird format for some reason. I forgot the reasoning behind it. I was trying to look it up. It wasn't widescreen. It was like cell phone friendly format. It was really dumb. And honestly, it literally looked like the same movie with just deleted scenes.
I completely agree. I think that listen, you know, I saw the Justice League, and again, I've felt that there are like I've never felt that either of the DCEU movies were complete garbage. Obviously, I think the worst one was Batman v Superman.
Yes, that movie.
Um, yeah, that one's the worst one out of all of them. Clear, clear cut. But um, I just feel like with the Justice League, I've always felt that the fabled Zack Snyder cut. How much could it really be different than the movie that than what we got? Um, and listen, I definitely understand that there's some footage that wasn't used
Yeah.
and they went a different route, whatever. But from that trailer, and I do understand that it's a trailer, but I think the trailer is important here because this is a movie that's already come out. You're trying to showcase in this trailer, and I think which if they had it, would have been the idea to show us in the trailer all these, a lot of these scenes that weren't, in the movie. So you can kind of signal to everybody, hey, look, I told you, this is a completely different movie,
Well, it start.
which is what they're trying to say.
Yeah. Well, obviously there were some scenes that they showed. Uh, they started off with Darkseid, who looked fucking terrible. Who looked, I don't
Oh
know,
God.
he just like I don't know what is Zack Snyder and giant monster CGI fights. And here's a perfect example because I have a friend here in Canada. He's stoked to see it, and I'm just like, why? He's like, look, Darkseid's in it, and I'm like, I almost like lost my mind about to go on. I'm gonna go on the rant now that I wanted to say. You think that's Darkseid? He's like, yeah, it's Darkseid. I know it's supposed to be Darkseid, but have you read the comics? I know he's read the comics. He has tons of comics in his room, and I'm like, okay, so in any comic or cartoon, when you see Darkseid, what is his appearance? He looks, he's always got his hands behind his back. He's got this, he's the proper outfit. He's got that weird helmet thing. But I've never seen Darkseid shirtless with the symbol on his chest, slamming a giant stick. Because you know why? Because Darkseid is so powerful. He kills people with his fucking laser beams. He has laser beam
Right.
eyes that just track you, bro. That's the dark side.
Yes.
I grew up reading in comics that this guy was so powerful he didn't need to raise a hand to kill you. And now you're gonna see Darkseid shirtless with a fucking stick, and like it just goes to the fact that Zack Snyder doesn't get these characters. He is just a dumb frat boy with drool coming out of his mouth, playing with action figures and filming it. And I want to just read this quick. I know I sent you this tweet. I'm gonna post it on the video when I edit this. But
Right.
somebody tweeted to Zack Snyder. This is a tweet someone Scott. I don't want to give his last name, but well you probably see it anyway. So he tweeted, so that trailer for the Snyder Cut Justice League looks like the same movie. Lots of deleted scenes from the marketing campaign, but otherwise it looks like an alternate take of existing scenes. So Zack Snyder responded to this guy. You said you enjoyed the theatrical cut of Justice League, like you enjoy your Saturday morning cartoons. Well, this is made for grown-ups, so you're not in the demographic. Also, cool of you to comment on a leaked teaser. Dude, this came out the day of the teaser came out, so it was the same thing that eventually got revealed. I love the fact that he
Yeah.
says, "Well, this is made for grown-ups." It's not, Zach. Zach, if you hear this, you are not a grown-up. You are a man-child. You're making these movies for man children, giant man children, dude. You want to see grown-up shit? Look at the Batman teaser. You want to see real superhero grown-up shit? Look at the fucking Watchmen series that shitted all over your movie. Anyway, if I keep talking, I'm gonna need a drink. I, I
No,
I
I
I
and
just can't I just can't stand it. I'm sorry, I just can't stand it. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills and I know I'm not. I've seen people on Twitter that are like, they're against it. They see the bullshit. And I understand, as a DC fan, I understand your frustration. I can see why you like these movies because you see Marvel and they're killing it. They're fucking killing. They've killed it so good that Avengers Endgame was so good. And in my opinion, if the Marvel movies start to suck after that, I will not be mad because I got Avengers Endgame. I got Avengers Infinity War. That's probably the best shit we will ever see superhero wise for a very long time.
Yeah, like I think that a lot of the I think the DC fandom, well, the DC EU fandom, um, I think a lot of it, has, they defend, Zack Snyder, and they defend um,
Religiously.
those movies like the yeah, and I mean, I'll be honest with you, I don't get it because, um, and I'm not gonna count Aquaman, I'm not gonna count Shazam,
Because they're their own
or
things. He had
what I'm
nothing.
really,
He had nothing to
yeah,
do with that.
exactly. What I'm talking about here is really is Batman v Superman and Justice League,
Yeah.
and to me, and to a lot of people, those movies had a lot of flaws, a lot of silly flaws.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it just wasn't up to par with what these characters were are deserved. Like if I think when I think of a movie with Batman, Superman, the whole Justice League. When I think of Batman and Superman's movie together, when I think of Justice League, it is not what we got in those movies.
Yeah, it wasn't like an
It's not.
epic. It wasn't like an epic. They start like, how do you start off the most iconic duel meeting for the first time under this conflict of hatred for one another? Like that shit it was the dumbest angle to make it Batman versus Superman.
Yeah, and I think that's where it really, most of my opinion is based off of, like I watched those movies and I said, this is not how I envisioned to watch the Justice League finally make it to the big screen,
Yeah, there
and
was
or see Batman, yeah, to see Batman v Superman. It's not what we got. And listen, Batman versus Superman was a fucking mess. One cool scene out of the entire movie, which is the Batman warehouse scene. Um, that was it. That was the only thing that was worth
I'm
watching
gonna
that
tell you,
garbage for.
I would have agreed with you if it wasn't for one thing about that scene that till this day bugs the shit out of me, and it's the part
The gun.
that when he shoots. No, that whatever. That's it's the part where one of the henchmen he knocks out of the room decides to take a grenade and throw it at Batman in a room full of his teammates, and I'm just like, bro, you were about to just blow up everybody to like.
Well, I kind of understand that though, because I think these guys are fucking brain dead, fucking fools that are hired to just fucking do their job, and they don't give a fuck. They're just trying to kill this fucking guy
Well, they must
by
be
hook or by
yeah. You
crook.
know what? You know what? That's good. That's a good angle because the fight starts off with all them pointing their guns at the door at the same like, just so.
Yeah,
So
and
I
one of these guys, one of them would have loved to say, I exploded the Batman with a grenade.
yeah.
Fuck all these other guys. I don't
Yeah.
give a shit
Meanwhile,
about
I
them.
killed everybody. Like that one scene
Yeah, yeah.
just bothers me so much. I mean, yeah, the fight scene, it's cool. It's just, yeah,
But
it's
that's the only thing that was worth watching out of that movie to me.
yeah,
It was such a mess. Listen, anyway, if I go down that route, I'll be here
yeah,
forever.
yeah.
Fucking
We're just gonna have to
talking
dedicate
shit about
a
that movie.
podcast.
Yeah.
Well,
Back on track. I'll
yeah.
just say that with
Go
the
ahead.
Justice League, Zack Snyder cut, to me, it didn't look like much different.
It's
I
four.
agree with what
It's
the tweet
four.
that you read.
It's 4 hours long. It's a fucking. They're gonna
Yeah, I
release
can't. That's ridiculous.
like.
Come on, dude.
Who wants to watch 4 hours of that shit?
I'm sorry, but like they've made it into a 4-hour miniseries, and I'm like, bro, why are we treating Justice League, Zack Snyder? Why are we treating this movie like it is like some kind of like a film that was like in a capsule that was like dropped off from like some kind of alien planet, and we
That's
are
yeah,
like,
you're right. Yeah,
it's gonna like it's some kind of like
second coming,
huge event. Yeah, like, what the fuck? Is
dude.
Justice League fucking was
It's
some?
a, he's a piece of shit. He doesn't
He
get the
didn't
he
get to
doesn't
me.
fucking get the characters. And just because he's trying to shove in years of storylines into now a 4 hour of event or whatever the fuck you want to call it, like that's gonna make fucking sense. Like, dude, you copy the homework and you scribbled in all the fucking answers. Doesn't make you this as smart as the person you copied.
Yeah,
Like,
you would think that we're getting some movie that was like filmed like 20 years into the future from some like planet, and it's been like dropped down on Earth, and we're gonna watch it to see, like, what the fuck,
yeah,
bro?
like, yo, this is
This is
second.
Justice League with fucking, yeah.
Like, how can you
Meanwhile,
still be?
what is it? It's Justice League with fucking extra scenes. Oh, nice, lovely.
Yeah, it's the original cut, you know. Fuck out of here. Guy doesn't know anything.
I can't be bothered.
Any fucking way. Let's we're at the I think we're at the 40 minute mark here.
And mind you, I don't hate. I'll just put it out there. I don't hate DC movies. As I've said, I Man of Steel, I thought had some good stuff.
Yeah, same.
It's just that the whole tone of the movie, and of the hero of Clark himself was just fucking. He was, trying to turn, Superman into Batman.
Well, so,
But I liked, you know, the other stuff. Wonder Woman,
yeah.
Shazam, Aquaman. It's just I'll just being honest. I can't come over here and suck the dick of Zack Snyder. I just can't.
Nah, not that girl stick. I mean, I agree with you with Man of Steel. And one of my favorite YouTubers broke it down, where he was like, why did he let's just blame Zack Snyder. Why did he make, like you said, Superman into Batman, where Batman is so inhuman, where he's lost his humanity due to this emotional thing that happened to him when he was a child? That's not Superman is the complete opposite. Even though he is an alien from an alien world, he landed on Earth as a child and was raised by human beings on a farm. He lived a good farm life, and that's why in the comics he's a farm boy. He's this well mannered
Yeah,
human individual that you barely see in the movies. Like they just go on this, he's an alien so he's got to be robotic, and then Batman has to be really mean to the point where he uses guns, even though that just destroys his own. Anyway, like,
yeah. No, I agree. I agree.
let's let's move on.
That might be that's an episode. That's an episode in the future.
Oh, that episode's gonna happen when we watch. I don't know if I'm gonna watch 4 hours of that. I may watch YouTube videos of people breaking it down. I don't know if I want to dedicate 4 hours of my life to that. But maybe
I think we're just gonna have to.
Yeah.
I think we're just gonna have to grin and bear it, Danny, and put that into a fucking episode.
If we get
as much pain as it's going to be.
Well, if we get a good following, then maybe we're gonna have to move along here. This podcast is gonna be 2 hours.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that Chris Daughtry performance.
Listen. I don't know what the fuck was what.
Did you see when I was going through the stream, it came up and I was like, oh, Chris Daughtry is doing something. All right.
I don't know what world I was in. I think I put on for a split second. I saw some dude, and apparently that's his name, Chris Daughtry.
Yeah.
Wasn't he like an American Idol?
Yeah, he was some shit like that. He had a big following in maybe the early 2000s or some shit. I don't know. But I guess
So why was he there?
He's performing. That's what they think.
Wow, he's the.
I don't know. Maybe he has a song in the Snyder Cut. I don't know.
I would believe it. I would believe it.
All right. Before we get to the main topic, I guess we should talk about the Suicide Squad game by Rocksteady. They showed off a nice, colorful trailer. No gameplay. We saw Harley Quinn, Deadshot. Is it King Shark?
Hell yeah, King Shark.
And Captain Boomerang.
And King Shark.
Fucking shit up in Metropolis. We saw evil Superman that they might have to take down. Um, they interviewed the
Oh, they're
Rocks.
definitely gonna have to take him down.
I mean, it is called Kill the Justice League, so a lot of people are curious since it takes place in the Arkham Asylum verse or whatever the fuck they're calling it. Does that mean Batman is not Batman, or I mean, he didn't die in the Arkham Knight. He faked his death.
Right.
Um, I am intrigued. I'm kind of bummed out there was no gameplay. It kind of gives me Fortnite vibes, which I didn't like. I'm gonna keep an open mind because it is Rocksteady, and hopefully they haven't sold their
Is it
soul.
because of the? Is it because of the? Is it because of the colors? Like
It
the
is
way
the
the way it
colors.
looks.
It was the jumping around. It was the music. It was a lot of things that I've seen in like Fortnite ads. It was very similar, you know. So I'm hoping, when we see more gameplay, maybe they'll show it Thursday. I doubt they'll show it Thursday at Gamescom, but um, I don't know. I'll keep an
I
open mind.
I think they were trying to I think they were trying to capture the Suicide Squad as like a zany, you know, a zany bunch of villains, where one of them is a shark, and the way they were presented, you have Harley Quinn, you have King Shark, you know, it's a lot of fun banter. It's gonna be, you know, they're crazy characters. So I think they're trying to create kind of like an opposite of where, like, if you were playing the Justice League, it's more, about, trying to save the world and, protect people. Now it's Suicide Squad, and it's like a bunch of fucking crazy dudes doing crazy shit, having fun, da 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 da. So I think maybe that's what they were trying to go for in terms of, maybe that's why it might make you think of Fortnite.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
I agree. Yeah,
yeah.
it's funny they go with that angle, and maybe they have to because if they didn't, people realize like you're rooting for bad people that kill people, like
Yeah.
Deadshot's an assassin. Harley Quinn, used to work with Joker and just mass murder people. So no, yeah,
True, true.
there's zany characters, so they're gonna see. So I mean, I'm just bummed out. There's no gameplay. That's just my biggest pet peeve with that.
I would have liked gameplay.
But apparently,
But it's Rocksteady, you know.
apparently the
But
game ain't
apparently
coming
what?
out till 2022, so maybe that's why.
Yeah, yeah. Um, I'll tell you, I'm excited for two things. One, another four-player co-op campaign game.
Mm-hmm.
Going around Metropolis with your buds. That's dope.
Mm-hmm.
And number two, I get to play as King Shark, motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
King Shark. It was a great day to be a King Shark fan.
Oh yeah, yeah. And he's in the. We didn't talk about it, but I guess we could touch about it. The new Suicide Squad movie, which looks, god
Yes.
damn, it looks fucking insane. Looks like a fun
I'll tell you, if anybody can pull, yeah, if anybody could pull the Suicide Squad off,
James Gunn.
it was definitely going to be James Gunn, bro. Because I'll be obviously, from what we've seen with Guardians of the Galaxy, having a group of characters in the superhero world,
Oh
it's
yeah,
definitely he's
he
done that,
definitely he dug deep. Like I don't even know half those characters they were
yeah.
trying.
Yeah, and that's what I like about is that if you what was it? You got the Polka Dot Man, King Shark, you
Ratcatcher.
got Rat Catcher, you got a Weasel, um,
You got a John
they just
Cena.
look fun. Yeah, John Cena, who he described as a what's his name?
Can't remember his name.
Um,
Guardian something.
and
He,
he described his character as a douchey Captain America, which I was like, that's fucking great.
I just love the old school costumes. It works so perfectly.
Yeah, yeah, I think it's going to like Suicide Squad. I guess we forget about that movie too. I know I forget about it because I really want to forget that it exists.
Same.
Suicide Squad one. I think that one is. You know what? I go back and I take back what I said. the worst movie in the DCEU, I thought Suicide Squad was worse than Batman v Superman. Suicide Squad one was such a giant pile of trash. It was boring. It was dumb, silly. It just like horrendous. It was just garbage, absolute fucking garbage.
It was a
Outside
movie.
of Harley Quinn,
Yeah.
Margot Robbie is great. So,
Oh yeah.
but it was Margot Robbie and garbage.
It was the
That
one
movie,
superhero
and
movie.
I don't blame the actors so much. That movie was just
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. It was the one superhero movie where the end fight happened, and I remember watching it being like, how are they fighting this god? There's just a clown chick with a bat, a guy that's really good with guns, a guy with a boomerang, a crocodile man, and a guy who has fire powers. And if the guy with the fire powers didn't turn into a fire god, there was like no way for them um to beat that.
Yes, I agree.
Like there was no way. Like I've never watched a superhero movie, and you know obviously they have a big fight. But I was like, oh, they could do it, but this felt like what they are so not. They shouldn't be here.
I agree. I and boring too, man. The whole movie was just like, oh, and then listen, I don't even want to touch on Jared Leto's Joker and all that shit. Let's
No, no, no. Let's go. Speaking of
just move
Joker,
forward.
let's move forward to the Batman. Let's move. Let's finally talk about that.
Yes, 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 yes. Um,
It sucked, man. It's
I
the worst thing. No.
I'll tell you right now. Um, when I saw the Batman trailer, I had goosebumps from the very first
Duct tape.
second. With the duct tape wrapped around the guy's head.
Oh my god, yeah.
I said, like, well, like that, like right away, you knew this was gonna be fucking dark. And when you started hearing "Something in the Way" by Nirvana playing,
Yeah.
and the way that and Nirvana's my favorite band of all time. If they needed to do anything else to sell me on the movie, I mean, right away they come out with "Something in the Way" by Nirvana to start off to kick off the trailer, and I tell you, I have like I was excited before, but this took my excitement to a whole other level.
Dude, it's been so long since I've been excited for a DC movie or in general a Batman movie since Nolan's Batman that like he nailed everything about the character in that trailer. And not only that, like they showed a lot, but there's still so much like to figure out what's going on. And
Exactly.
I just like the angle that it's got that seven the movie Seven vibe, which I always
Yes.
I personally, if I were to ever make a Batman movie, I honestly wanted to make a Seven version of Batman where Batman is coming across crime scenes of all these different villains. So it's so crazy to see this like kind of happening. I mean, it's so far it looks like the Riddler is going to be the main antagonist, but we
Right.
also got a sneak peek at Colin Farrell's Penguin, which I didn't even realize till people were like, "Wait."
I did not know that was Colin Farrell during the trailer. I'll be honest.
I thought he was just a regular gangster dude or Carmine
Me
Falcone,
too.
but the guy who's playing Falcone is the
Yeah.
butler from that one Adam
Yes.
Sandler movie.
John Turturro. Another great. He's a great actor too.
Oh, he also plays Jesus in The Big Lebowski.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
So he's playing Falcone. So that was the Penguin. Colin Farrell as a Penguin. Don't
I
know
couldn't believe it. What a job. What a
if
job
he
with
just
with
gained
the
all that weight or he's wearing
yeah.
prosthetics. He is completely transformed.
I don't
Um,
think it's the weight because I think they had like footage of him on set or whatever or around the set of the movie, but he just looked like Colin Farrell. So that's why I guess that was before he ever did makeup or anything because I mean he looks completely unrecognizable, man.
yeah, Yeah,
And I agree with you.
I just
I
like
agree.
that it's set in the second year of Batman, where you see that he's working with Gordon, and you see that one thing I don't think I've ever seen in a Batman movie, where he's walking down the hallway and you see all the feds and the cops, and they're all like looking at him like is this guy for real? Like I don't think I've ever seen that in a Batman movie before. I thought that stood out to me.
Yeah, I you know, I've watched the trailer about 50 times, and I I really, it's hard to say, but I mean, like when I try to think about, like, you know, most things, I can't, with most things I can't say that I liked everything that I've seen or heard of so far. But with this movie, with this trailer, I'm on board with every single thing that I've seen and heard about the movie so far. You know, Matt Reeves talked about how, he kind of, this was going to be, he kind of wanted to do a dark crime drama, kind of a la Taxi Driver, you know, mixed with like some two other movies he mentioned. I forgot, but I remember one of them was
Well,
Taxi Driver.
well, it's definitely Seven. There's a heavy
Yeah,
inspiration.
Seven. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, Seven. Like, it really does have the feel of a dark, gritty crime drama, and are surrounded about, what it looks like they're kind of portraying, the Riddler to be like this serial killer, of course with the riddles and everything, which is perfect. I mean, is that, it's exactly, the Riddler is perfect to be that kind of seven, killer, that kind of serial killer type of role.
Oh
And
yeah.
um, I will say, Matt Reeves, when I hearing him talk about the movie, you just you just know that he's a fan of the material. He's a fan of Batman. He's a
Oh yeah.
fan of the world of Batman.
And he gets it. He understands the character. He's taking an actual adult approach. Yeah, Zack Snyder. This is what an adult movie looks like. You freaking Marmaduke. Like,
Yeah, and
can we talk about freaking Robert Patterson? Like, what is with these? I don't know how to say it without offending or being offensive, but these like pretty boy actors that have such darkness in them, like Heath Ledger. People were like, Heath Ledger's gonna be the Joker? Are you serious? Knocked out, blew people away. Now we got Robert Pattinson coming out with this intensity that I've never seen someone as Batman. Like that scene where he takes down the thug and continues to punch the shit out of them.
oh, that was
And
I think
I
that
fucking
scene, that was tremendous. Tremendous scene.
I love that scene so much, because not only is the fight choreography amazing and brutal and real. It had that very Daredevil feel, which I mean
Right.
the costume of the Batman looks very Dare. Like I think Matt Reeves is a huge Daredevil. Like he watched the show. Like I think he's a huge fan. There's no undeniable.
It definitely got a vibe. Yeah, it definitely has a vibe of Daredevil, which is, we of course we fucking love that shit.
Yeah, I'm like I don't care if you copy it, do it, because they fucking canceled the show, so we need something.
Yeah,
But
but talking about Robert Pattinson, you know, I I knew from the word came out that he was in the running to be cast as Batman. That he was just Matt Reeves' number one choice to be Batman.
yeah,
I was on board with it, and I knew it was going to be a controversial decision if they casted him because, of course, of, you know he started out when he got his big break with Twilight,
yeah,
and right away it was going to be kind of like how um, Heath Ledger, when he got cast as Joker, everyone was like, "Really? The guy from Brokeback Mountain? You
yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah.
um,
They got
or
dark sides, bro.
yeah, or Ben Affleck, when they were like, "Really, Ben Affleck, Daredevil, the shitty Daredevil movie guy?"
Well, he still sucks.
I know I kind of actually I did enjoy Ben Affleck as an older Bruce Wayne. I thought he was fine. To in my opinion, I thought everything else was let down, around him.
I
But
really I know we've talked about this, but I just feel like
yeah,
when he's I don't know if he's just one of those actors for me that I when I see
you just
him
can't get behind.
I I just see the person. Like I don't they never feel like there's someone else. Like they're becoming another character. I just feel like Ben Affleck just walked up on set, said, looked in the mirror, said my chin looks good in this mask, said a couple of lines, did the Batman smile from the cartoon because everyone's like he did the Batman smile, and I'm just like wow, he probably watched one episode. Great, a lot of great work. Whereas Robert Patterson, when I look at him, I can see in his eyes that he is Bruce Wayne watching his parents get gunned down, and he needs to be this vengeful spirit. Like I could just see that intensity. Yeah, it's
Well, I
so,
will tell you. Yeah, well, I will agree with you. Now, I will tell you this. I'm a fan of Ben Affleck as an actor, but I will say that in my opinion, from what I've seen, Robert Pattinson is a better actor than Ben Affleck. And for anybody out there who may be listening to this, um, if you either are not sold on Robert Pattinson as an actor or playing Bruce Wayne, or maybe you saw the trailer and you said, "Oh shit, he's got something here."
yeah.
Anything that about Robert Pattinson and that has to do with Twilight, you throw that out the window. You take that, you throw it out the window because it but do you have to see the work that this man has done, and he has done for about 7 8 years. He's been kind of like gradually um doing and if you go, I would recommend the first movie to watch if you want to see what Robert Pattinson is about as an actor.
The Lighthouse.
Go see the movie. Well, The Lighthouse is number two,
Oh,
but number one is Good Time.
okay.
Good Time was it was written and directed um by this I think they're the Scafidi brothers. They're the ones that did uh uh Uncut Gems with Adam Sandler.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they did Good Time.
Huh.
And Robert Pattinson is it's basically Robert Pattinson. He plays a New Yorker where him and his brother rob a bank, and his brother gets caught, and it all takes place on one day of him trying to save his brother, and he's going throughout the underbelly of New York, of the New York crime world,
Yeah.
uh, trying to save his brother.
Okay.
And I mean, from the way he talks, from the way he looks, from the way he acts, you would not believe that this guy is a British, you know, the British guy who played the vampire in Twilight. I mean, completely just different. Um, a New York accent, like he's lived in New York his whole entire life. Good Time, The Lighthouse with Willem Dafoe, a fucking creepy movie. Not a whole lot of dialogue, but a very creepy. Um, well acted, strange, beautiful, creepy.
All right.
There's another one. Yeah, there's another one. I'm forgetting the name of it, but he's been on some kind of role, and now
He's
I
in
don't know if you
Tenet.
saw. Yeah, exactly. He's on Tenet, and there's a trailer that just came out. I think it's called. It's a Netflix movie that's coming out in October. It's called the Devil something, the Day of the Devil, the Day the Devil
Oh,
died.
with Tom Holland.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, and Robert Pattinson plays a fucking evil pastor in there.
There's
And
something about movies that are set in the South with like rednecks that's it's always like the most like dark weirdest got like
true, true.
it's always just like yo
I understand what
the
you
South
mean.
is it's scary, it's fucked up, man.
Fuck yeah, dude. What? The South is strange, bro. What?
I'm surprised no one's made a Florida Man movies. Like someone needs to get on that.
Yeah, for real.
Just make it dark, starring fucking I don't know. Yeah, Robert Pattinson, just Florida Man.
Yeah, but I will say it did not surprise me in the least bit that Robert Pattinson came into this movie and just instantly knew how to portray a dark, you know, this dark Bruce Wayne, full of rage and full of anger, um, and knows how to portray him. Plus, I guess it doesn't hurt either that Robert Pattinson said that he was always he was never a big comic book guy, but the one superhero that he always loved was Batman.
Nice. Yeah, he I'm telling you, he looks intense. Everyone stands out in that so far. I forget the actor's name, but the actor that's playing James Gordon, he's from Westworld. I loved him in Westworld. I can't wait to see
Yes,
see him as Gordon. Um, what's
Jeffrey Wright is his name. Jeffrey Wright.
Jeffrey Wright? There you go. And then we got Zoe. Is it
Kravitz.
Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman? Even that quick little interaction, a little fight between them, and I don't know if you catch it. I've watched the teaser trailer like 20 times now, but
Yes,
it's like after I love the choreography so far, but after
me too.
he dodges her attack, she like slinks back like a cat behind the
Yes,
couch, and I'm just like,
yes,
oh my
yes.
god, like there's so much detail,
Yep.
and this is 30%, only 30% of the movie has been filmed, folks.
Yeah.
How do you make a teaser so good from 30% of a movie?
Crazy, crazy, bro.
So I think we need to get it to Gamescom a little and then wrap it up because we're hitting the hour and 30 mark.
Yes.
So
Okay.
anyway, The Batman looks amazing. I have not been more excited for a superhero movie in so long. Hopefully they get back to safely filming soon.
Ditto.
Oh, real quick, who do you think those kids with the white face makeup might be? Kind of look a little Joker.
They do kind of look a little Joker. I can't see them being, you know, I mean, if they're Riddler related, which is what you would, I guess it's either, from what they want you to think, it's either Riddler related or Penguin related. But I can't see it be Penguin. I don't think that this guy is Penguin just yet. Um, or has ascended to the crime boss yet. From what I'm getting the feel of the
No,
Penguin.
no. Oh yeah, no. He's dealing at he when the Penguin's personally at the docks making deals, he's not the boss yet. At least not the boss.
Yeah. So I mean, it could be
It's
that
it's
maybe we're seeing
it
stuff
it
from the Joker, but not.
it's year two, so maybe he's already encountered the Joker. Which would be an interesting part to explore, because
True.
that voice at the end of the teaser, I don't think that's the Riddler talking to him. I think that's someone else.
You don't think that's the Riddler talking at the end
Because when the Riddler,
or throughout the movie?
yeah, that one scene where you hear like the echoing voice, like like that's
Oh,
the
at the
Riddler.
end.
But at the end, it sounds like a different voice.
You might be right. Where he says, you're part of this too.
Yeah, it sounds similar to Joker. Like I'm curious if we're actually gonna get a nice visit to Arkham Asylum. Like I would love a scene where he
Huh.
visits the Joker in Arkham Asylum.
You might be right, Danny, because I feel like there's definitely going to be some surprises in this movie. I
Oh yeah,
definitely feel Matt Reeves. I think he gets it, and I think that we're definitely I feel like usually with superhero movies, and usually they like to have some kind of surprises in them. So I definitely think that we're gonna have surprises anyway. But I definitely do feel like there's going to be a major surprise in this movie. So you know what? You might be right, actually.
yeah. I just think those kids, like I rewatched them. They look very very Joker makeup ish.
They do.
And
They do.
they're like recording their interaction too, one of them with the cell phone. So maybe the Joker's about to bust up, or he's already a thing. But apparently the movie is going to be heavily influenced by one great storyline from Batman, The Long Halloween. I don't know if you're familiar with that one.
Yeah, I've heard about it. It definitely seems like that's what it's gonna be. The rogue of the what is it called? The rogue of villains or whatever.
Yeah. And it's based around a serial killer that you think
Yes,
it might
yes.
be the Riddler, but it
Was
turns
it
out
Calendar Man or some shit?
it turned out to be like Falcone's son.
Okay.
I think Cameraman was in it too. There was a lot, a lot, lot, a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot. Like there's.
Right. Right.
I looked up the IMDb before we started talking, and there's a lot of more actors that are in it that don't even have their characters listed. So
Mm.
a lot
Well,
of.
that's always interesting.
I always say this. I really don't want to watch any more trailers for this movie. I'm gonna try my best to not watch anymore and try to go into this movie barely seeing anything anymore because I'm sold.
Yeah, I'm big time sold.
So real quick, we're gonna talk about Gamescom. I can keep talking about Batman all day, but
Yeah, for real.
so if you're not familiar with Gamescom is happening this Thursday, I believe 4 p.m. Eastern time. I would double check that. Jeff Keeling is hosting it. It's gonna be a lot of reveals. He went on Twitter the other day saying to expect it to be 2 hours long. 38 games are going to be shown, but most of them are current games that are getting new expansions or updates. So I just wanted to for us to go over that real quick, see if we have any predictions about what's going on. Also, when we were talking, I was looking on Twitter to see if anything, and he already confirmed Fall Guys Season 2 reveal, Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, Destiny 2 Beyond Light, the new World of Warcraft Shadowlands expansion, Doom Eternal campaign expansion, and Mafia Definitive Edition, the remake of the first one. I'm gonna put a prediction out there for you, and I'll be so shocked that if it doesn't happen. They gotta show The Last of Us 2 multiplayer. It has to be. It's time.
Yeah, I would agree. I think now's the time to do it. Um, it would be it would make sense to do it. I think it's time to. It would make it would be the time to do it. I
Yeah.
think that's definitely I would probably suspect it to be there. Um, as far as like what will be there, um, I'm expecting to be a lot of updates or new footage of games that already have been shown or announced.
Yeah.
Um,
I think I mean I
I'm
personally.
thinking we might get some more footage of Spider-Man, maybe.
Oh,
You know?
I definitely think next gen is gonna have a presence there. Like Sony says, they haven't revealed their full launch lineup, so maybe they're gonna reveal their launch lineup for the PlayStation 5. Maybe we get a new reveal for a new PS5 game. Fingers crossed. So SOCOM is teased, but
Oh,
I won't hold my breath.
that's our dream, Danny. That's the dream, dude.
That's the thing that I scream and have a heart attack and die.
Hell yeah, man.
Um, I
What?
I wrote down some other predictions. I think they'll probably reveal Combat Pass 3 for Mortal Kombat 11. Ed Boon, who I follow on Twitter, has constantly teased that they are not done updating Mortal Kombat 11. There
Mm-hmm.
was a major leak that I caught somebody on Twitter talking about that, yada yada yada. I work there or know someone who works there, and he revealed that Michael Myers and Pinhead were going to be added around Halloween time. Um,
If Michael Myers is in the game, then I'm instantly buying every I mean, I should probably buy it anyway,
it's on sale constantly
but
now.
well, I'm gonna have to buy it because. But I tell you right now, if Michael Myers is in the game, he'll automatically that he instantly becomes the
But
character that I'm gonna focus on.
here's the weird thing about the Michael Myers rumor is that not only does he say Michael Myers is going to be in the game, and this has been coming up a lot, but that John Carpenter is going to do the music for Michael Myers' intro. So he's going to add like
What? That'd be crazy, bro.
because Michael Myers doesn't talk, so
Well, yeah, sure.
they have these really cool intros that are similar to what you see in Injustice in Mortal Kombat, and I fucking love the intros. It's why I hope maybe Ash will still be added because just his one-liners to other characters would be fucking amazing. Um,
What
even
would be his shit though? Besides the kitchen knife, what the fuck is he gonna do?
here's the beautiful thing about NetherRealm right now is that they put RoboCop into the fucking game, and
Right,
they gave him a shield, they gave him a flamethrower, they gave him all these things. They made him into a Buzz Lightyear of death, or Inspector
right, which
Gadget.
makes sense.
Yeah, so with Michael Myers, he they're gonna go look through entire movie history, and they're gonna, dude, they're just gonna come up with like insane shit. Like even with Jason and Texas Chainsaw Dude, Leatherface, and Alien. Like they're the most creative team when it comes to adding fighters. Like they really deep dive into shit and into like,
But I would want like a fucking, I would want like fucking Dr. Loomis to come out of nowhere.
yeah, yeah,
I mean, it wouldn't make sense. Well, maybe it would be the new Loomis, from the
yeah,
new movie that was obsessed with Michael.
that could be an intro where he's just screaming, Michael, no, Michael, why?
Yeah,
You know, and the fact that you could customize the costumes means he's gonna wear different masks, which means they're definitely gonna use the mask from Halloween 3. They just have like there's so much potential for the characters, and then the other
if
character.
he's in there, take my money. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, well, you know, Ed Boon's been a little chatty on Twitter. You know, he keeps saying they're not done with Mortal Kombat 11. You know, the fans they're screaming for Melina. I don't know why that people really love Melina. They
Oh,
want her.
they've been after her for a while, right?
Yeah, they really want her. And I mean, he in one of his interviews he said, "Listen, we can easily put the same characters in every game. It's that's we could do that, but the problem is." You would it would become boring. It would become stale. It would be like, all right, here's this character, all right. But every time we release a new game, we have a list of characters who haven't been in a game in a while, and we want to bring them back or bring a new twist on them to keep the format refreshing. But I think since so many people are crying, and everybody who cries now gets what their way, they're probably gonna get their way.
Yeah, it's pretty much how it works.
And the other,
Sadly.
yeah, well, the other rumor guest character is Pinhead from Hellraiser. And in the rumor, the leaker says that
That would make sense.
that the actor Doug, oh, I forgot his name, he's gonna reprise his role as Pinhead.
I like Pinhead too.
I mean, dude, they put Pinhead. His fatalities are gonna be fucked
Oh,
up.
why? That's it. All that, like, to put him into the game, that shit is all there for the fucking taking, bro. It's just pick and choose. It's got it all set up for him.
So fingers crossed. I think Gamescom. I feel like Gamescom. Every time it comes around, it's I don't know. I know it's in a different country. I think Germany. I think it's based somewhere else, but it's very multiplayer centric when it comes around. I don't know. I feel like it is because every a lot of multiplayer games get announced or expansions. So
Right.
that's why I think Last of Us Two.
I'm definitely expecting a lot of expansions to be
Yeah,
announced.
we got 38, and I want to like. Do you think Nintendo's gonna reveal anything? Because right now it's rumored that there's a Nintendo Direct happening in September. So maybe we see some Nintendo stuff. Maybe most likely we probably no.
I'll probably say no. I think Nintendo will probably wait for their direct to go and break the internet with. Um,
Yeah, they're gonna break
but
the
with
they're gonna break
games,
the fucking
yeah,
internet when they find
yeah,
it.
hell yeah,
They got that rumored Mario All Stars, all the
yes.
3D Marios that's supposedly
Oh my
rumored
god.
to be coming out this holiday season.
Oh,
The
I hope so.
Metroid Prime trilogy.
Yep.
What it got announced recently? Pikmin 3 or 4 is coming to Switch.
Yeah, Pikmin. I think Pikmin 3 is coming to Switch
You know,
with like added shit to it.
Animal Crossing is gonna get more and more stuff. So,
Yeah, I think there's definitely in Gamescom. I definitely think there's going to be one major bomb that's going to be dropped.
oh, you know what they're gonna show? They're gonna show the new characters for the Smash Bros. That's what they're gonna show.
For the Gamescom or the Direct.
I think for Gamescom. I think they're gonna show a new character.
Ah,
'Cause
they did that for Didn't they do that for fucking
the Game Awards.
Yeah, they did that with Joker, right?
Yeah. Every time you say Joker,
Yeah.
we both have different pictures of who you're talking about in my
Yeah,
head.
because you never played Persona, right?
Yeah, yeah. I'm familiar with it, but I never played it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I got a wild prediction. The first GTA
Hit me with it.
the first GTA 6 teaser.
What? What? Oh man. I mean, hey, I would love it. I mean, everybody would love it. I just
You know, Rocks. They've been working on it. It's no secret.
they yeah. they've definitely been working on it. To me, man, I never know. Like, I feel like part of me is like, yeah, they're working on it, and then part of me is like, we're just never gonna fucking hear about it ever. But and, until the one day that we do, it always feels that way with Rockstar. You ever notice that? It always feels like we're never gonna get it. Like it feels like it's almost not gonna happen for some reason, and then it wind up does happening. I don't know. I guess because Rockstar takes their sweet time, and rightfully so. But God, that'll be worth it just for that. You kidding me?
I mean, yeah, it's funny you mention it like that because I just forget. I think they do that on purpose, where they become like a ghost and disappear, and you only hear about them when there's a bad update or they update GTA or Red Dead Online. But they are working on GTA 6. It's no secret. There's so many rumors that come out constantly, and I think it's time. Like it's time to show something. Like next gen is I'm hoping it's only for next gen. I hope it's not held back by current consoles. That's my hope. But knowing them, they're probably gonna make it work on the current gen, and then there'll be the next gen versions.
Well, I tell you, they certainly gotten all they could ever want out of GTA 5. So, and they're still putting pumping shit out of there.
Yeah, they're milking that. They're milking that.
What?
um,
I'll be
yeah,
it'll be intriguing. It'll be intriguing.
I think that's all I have for predictions for for updates or what could be revealed.
Yeah, I don't have much in the way of predictions other than um I think we're gonna see um I agree with you about Last for Us multiplayer.
Yeah, it's
I
time.
think we're gonna get um I think we're gonna get more uh footage of some games that have already been announced. Obviously we're gonna get more of stuff like an Assassin's Creed, Valhalla, stuff
Ugh.
like that, obviously. Um but I do feel like we're gonna get one major bomb that's gonna go off.
Yeah,
I don't know exactly what it is.
Jeff
I
Keighley.
hope it's
He
GTA.
yeah. But Jeff Keighley. He's out there hustling for us.
Yeah, yeah. So
Do you think
I'm
Naughty
excited.
Do you think Naughty Dog and Sony are gonna make Last of Us 2 free to play, the multiplayer?
Yes,
Hmm. I
I think
honestly,
they are.
I feel like they should. Ever since Halo announced that it would be free to play, even though I'm gonna tell everybody, listen to this. Uh, Take a seat, take a cold drink or something. Halo Infinite ain't coming out till next year fall. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you right now. You better.
I think you're right, bro. I
Yeah, I
think you're
got.
right. And
Yeah,
that was a huge mistake. I mean, listen. I'll just stop right there. I'll just say it was a huge mistake by them because I think I can go off on that for a while, but I'll just say that was a huge fucking error by Microsoft.
yeah. Especially if what I'm reading now is that they're looking at dropping the Xbox One SKU. So if they drop that,
Mm.
it's definitely gonna be delayed till next year fall.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And it's for the best if they do that. Honestly, it's for the best.
It's for the best, but at the same time, I mean, with all the other kind of, you know, I guess problems that, Microsoft has kind of, run into or showcased recently, I think that's a huge blunder to really kind of, say it's going to be out there or whatever and get people hyped for Halo to come out with their console and then it's not going to be.
Yeah, it sucks. I mean, my personal opinion, I think I think both companies should delay the release of these consoles because, I don't want to get into politics too much, but the current events, are still rough. We're still in a pandemic. It's still out there. Um, and
It's a good point.
people still are barely working or don't have a job, and I'm really. What are you doing with that rabbit?
Oh, My bad. I was putting something away. My bad.
Hold
I
on.
didn't know the mic picked that up.
We'll put a marker there. I think I really think they should delay the systems because I don't think people are gonna be able to afford them. I know people need stuff to escape right now. Trust me, I'm a huge person that needs new stuff, but I don't. Who's gonna be able to buy a system when you know like in this current world we live in? You know, I know it's
I have to
exciting.
agree with. I'd have to agree with you. With one way. I mean, one thing. No matter how you want to slice it, it does kind of come off. I mean, it does kind of give them a bit of a bad look. Um, with what's going on, what has gone on, and to put the consoles out there, and have people go crazy buying them. I mean,
Yeah, that's another
on
thing.
one
People
hand,
are gonna go gather
yeah,
up and line up, and that's you don't want people fucking doing that.
yeah, um, I don't know, how they're going. I mean, I guess there's ways around that, but
It just puts more stress on retail to control that.
yeah,
It's not like Sony's gonna release a fucking instruction manual on how to release a console during a pandemic because no one
true,
people still figure it out. And like who's making these systems? It's not just machines. There's gonna be people in factories.
yeah.
Anyway.
And it's already holiday. It's already going to be holiday season anyway, so it's already
Yeah,
kind
and
of
I understand people want new toys and you know what? Santa got COVID. That's what you gotta tell your kids.
Santa got COVID, kids. Okay,
Yeah,
pray for Santa.
yeah. The elves gave it
Give
to
him a
him.
break.
He's gonna deport.
Yeah.
He's gonna deport the elves now. That's the world we live
Nah, Johnny. Santa, give Santa a break. It was COVID.
in. Well, I think we should wrap it up because we're almost getting to
Yes.
to 2 hours now.
Well, you know what? There was so much going on. I guess for our first episode, with fucking DC Fandome and Gamescom coming this week. There was so much to discuss. Um, but yeah, I would like to say, for anybody listening or is gonna listen or whatever, um, thank you, uh, first and foremost. But also, this is a real just first first go, um, rough kind of draft, if you will.
Yeah, we don't
Um,
even have a name right now.
there's no there's no name
I think
for
we
the
should
show right
I think
now.
we should just call it the podcast with no name for right now.
Yeah, the podcast with no name will have a name. The podcast with no name, but will soon have a name.
It's
Um,
good.
that'll all come together. Um, Everything will come together more. We get the timing right. It was just we just our first episode just came on a busy time.
You're so
But
nice.
everything,
You're such a nice person right now.
well, I can't also promise to be that nice, moving forward either. So,
You're still like, hey, give us a chance. I'll give you a chance.
hey, you know what, Danny? You got to be a bit of a politician in your first episode. You gotta,
Yeah.
shake the hands, kiss the babies. You gotta lure the people in, and then by like episode
You
10, when
gotta
you're just a
lure the
full out
people in.
asshole,
That's some good lingo.
yeah, you gotta lure the people in, and then when you got them, then you can be an asshole and be a dick. But no,
I like it. I like it.
yeah, so things will be we'll get our shit together as we move forward.
Well, let the people know where they could follow you if you're doing anything that you would like them to check out. Uh, advertising
Well,
stuff.
I guess what I would say is I don't really have much in the way of social media at this particular time.
Everyone should follow your Twitters. They're pretty funny.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I would say to follow me at low mega. See, I kind of like bouncing back and forth between what kind of Twitter I want to use. You know.
Well, let me know.
So
I'll put it in the link in the YouTube video because the YouTube video is gonna be the first thing to go out.
okay, you know what? You can follow me at JBGNYM at JBGNYM on Twitter. That's going to be it's a new Twitter account, but I plan on having that account linked to this podcast and everything that I'm going to be doing in the future, which I plan on doing Twitch in the future. So that'll be where you can follow me at for now.
Sweet. And you could just, this will be on my Last Respawn YouTube, and just follow everything Last Respawn.
Last Respawn everything.
Yeah, I got the Twitter, I got the Facebooks, I got the Twitch. I don't really have a good schedule on Twitch. I know it's probably fucking up my career as a streamer, but I do stream every Wednesday night for Whatever I Want Wednesdays, where I do polls on Twitter. And I think right now Batman Arkham Asylum's winning, so that might be what I'll be playing. As far as this podcast goes, I think we're gonna try to make this weekly. That's nice.
Yes, that's the idea.
I definitely would love for us to, after Gamescom, do a podcast as soon as possible for just reactions to that.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah, and I honestly, everything John here was saying, I agree with. Bear with us. We want this to be a chill, open dialogue kind of podcast of people just talking. And if you tune into live stream, I don't know if I'm gonna do live stream all the time. Let's see how this turns out. But yeah, I think that is it. Any last words before I shut it down?
Japan 4 and the Shashi. Thanks, folks.
Yeah, thanks for listening. Please hit that like, subscribe, and keep on playing. I don't know. That's something I say.
Keep on playing.
Yeah.
Keep on playing.
Yes.
Keep on playing.
Yeah, Sneaky came up with it. He's like, hey, just keep saying that. I'm like, all right, keep on playing, fools.
It's kind of like Matthew McConaughey. His keep on living.
Keep on, keep on.
Keep on living.
All right, folks, take it easy. Hope to see you on the next show. Hopefully we get a schedule. Hopefully everything turns out all right. But if not, well, I don't know. I'm gonna edit this out.
Yes, I don't know.
I'm just gonna
just keep it. Just keep it. If not, I don't know.
All right, yeah. Take it easy.
If not, I don't know.
Take it easy, folks.